A human without clothes is one of the strangest animals on Earth. No claws, no thick fur, no natural coat, just soft skin, exposed to cold, sunlight, insects, scratches, and wind. For almost any other mammal, this would be a survival disaster. And yet this naked body became one of the most successful survival machines on Earth. So what happened? Why did humans lose their fur? The answer involves something most animals avoid at all costs: moving for hours, under the killing heat of the sun. And it may be the reason a weak, naked ape became one of the strangest endurance predators on Earth. Here's the first weird thing. We didn't actually lose our fur. If you count the hair follicles on a human body and compare them square inch by square inch to the hair follicles on a chimpanzee, we have roughly the same number, sometimes more. We are not bald apes. We are apes with invisible hair. Look at your forearm in good light. You can still see them. Thin, pale, almost transparent hairs. They're called vellus hairs, and they cover most of your body. So, the mystery isn't what we lost. We kept the follicles. We kept the genes, we kept the machinery. The real mystery is why our hair became so quiet. Something happened to our ancestors, something that made loud hair into a problem and quiet hair into an advantage. To find it, we have to go back about 2 million years to a continent that was getting hotter. Because some of those apes were about to learn something almost no animal wants to do. They learned how to chase slowly until faster animals broke. Picture East Africa, around 2 million years ago. Forests pull back, grasslands open, and the air grows hotter, drier, less forgiving. Our ancestors are no longer hiding in trees. They are walking upright across open ground, sometimes for miles, looking for food. And on the savanna, the sun creates a strange rule. At dawn and dusk, predators hunt. But at midday, the world slows down. Lions rest, hyenas wait. Antelope avoid the heat. For most animals, the middle of the day is dead time. Too hot to hunt, too hot to run, too hot to think. But for one animal, this dead time became an opening. If it could move while everything else stopped, it would have the savanna almost to itself. The only problem was brutal. It had to learn how to move for hours without cooking itself alive. Here's the part of the story most people don't know. Humans have somewhere between 2 and 5 million sweat glands. Most of them are a special kind, called eccrine glands, and they are scattered across nearly the entire surface of our skin. Chimpanzees have a few. Dogs basically have them only on their paws, which is why they pant. Horses sweat, but not nearly as efficiently as we do, and they tire fast in real heat. Most people get this part wrong. They think losing fur made us weaker, but in heat, it may have made us dangerous. We are, by a wide margin, the sweatiest animals on Earth, and sweat, when it sits on bare skin and evaporates, is one of the most powerful cooling systems biology has ever invented. Every drop that turns from liquid into vapor pulls heat away from your body and dumps it into the air. It's basically a built-in air conditioner running on water, but there was one catch, and this is the key. Sweat only works on bare skin. If you have a thick coat of fur, the sweat gets trapped against your body. It can't evaporate efficiently. The fur turns into a wet, hot blanket. And now you're worse off than before. So, the engineering is simple. To cool yourself by sweating, you need 2 things: lots of sweat glands, and nothing covering them. This is the bargain our ancestors made. We didn't become the fastest animal. We didn't grow claws or fangs. Instead, we became something stranger, a sweat-cooled endurance machine. And then we became unusually good at something most animals avoid: moving for hours, in the heat, on purpose. One example, still debated but powerful, is persistence hunting. Some hunter-gatherer groups have been observed hunting this way. They pick out an animal, a kudu, an antelope, and they follow it. The animal sprints, hides, rests. The humans keep coming. After hours in the midday sun, the animal may become too overheated and exhausted to keep going, not because the humans are faster, because they can stay cool longer. This may not be the whole story. Evolution almost never has one clean reason, but heat gives us one of the strongest clues we have. That is the body our ancestors built, a long-distance heat-dumping, sweat-cooled engine. And the price of that engine was the fur. But here's where it gets uncomfortable. Bare skin is terrible. Fur protects you from the sun. Without it, Your skin is exposed directly to ultraviolet radiation, which damages DNA and causes cancer. So, our ancestors had to evolve dark, melanin-rich skin to handle the equatorial sun. In some populations, very light skin became common relatively recently, within the last several thousand years. And it only works because we move to places with weaker sunlight. Fur protects you from cold. Without it, a chilly night can kill you. So our ancestors had to find shelter, stay close to fire, eventually wear the skins of other animals, borrowing the fur we'd thrown away. Fur protects you from scratches, bites, parasites, dirt, wind. Fur gives an animal protection it doesn't have to invent. So losing it should have been a terrible idea. Other pressures may have helped push us toward bare skin, parasites, attraction, disease. But once bare skin existed, culture had to carry the cost. Bare skin requires fire. It requires shelter. It requires clothing. It requires knowledge passed from parent to child about how to not die in the cold, how to make a roof, how to weave a wrap, how to keep an infant warm through the night. In a strange way, bare skin may have pulled us deeper into culture. A naked ape can't make it alone. A naked ape needs a tribe, a fire, a story about how to do things. The trade-off was enormous. We gave up built-in protection for the power of endurance. We gave up our coat in exchange for everything we had to invent to replace it. And over time, those replacements, fire, shelter, clothing, cooperation, became part of the long road towards civilization. So, why did we lose our fur? Not because one thing changed, but because many pressures started pointing in the same direction. Heat pushed, parasites may have helped, attraction may have shaped the details, culture carried the consequences. And slowly, the human body became something no animal had ever been before. Not protected by fur, protected by behavior. Right now, sitting in your chair, you are wearing the body of an endurance animal, one that modern life has quietly put in a cage. You have millions of sweat glands. You have a cardiovascular system built for hours of steady movement. You have legs that carry you mile after mile without breaking down. You have a cooling system so good that, under the right conditions, humans can do something strange. Over long distances, we can sometimes compete with animals that would destroy us in a sprint. And most of us, most days, will sit. We'll move from a chair to a car to another chair. We'll keep our skin in climate-controlled boxes. We'll sweat only when we panic, or when we work out, or when the AC breaks. The thing that helped make us human, the naked, sweating, walking, running body, is the thing modern life has quietly retired. This isn't a guilt trip. You don't need to go run across the savannah to be a real human. But there's something worth knowing here. When you go for a long walk and you feel that calm settle in around the 3rd mile, that's not random. That's a million-year-old machine getting a chance to do what it was built for. When you sweat on a hot day and feel relief instead of misery, that's an engineering miracle older than language. When you can stay outside in heat that would force many other mammals to stop, that's the inheritance. You are not hairless. You are tuned. You are the descendant of the apes who learned to outlast. Touch your arm, feel the warmth coming off your skin. That heat is the engine running. Your body is cooling itself right now, quietly, without asking you. You came from a long line of walkers. People who crossed open ground under a sun most primates could not survive. People who followed herds. People who kept moving when other animals stopped. The savannah did not make us the strongest. It did not make us the fastest. It made us patient. That is the strange shape of being human. We lost our fur. We gained a horizon.